Well, good morning. Oh, it's a bit of a miserable morning here. I don't know what it's like where you are. But do you know what I used to do until YouTube came along? I always had my music on. And if any of you have ever looked at my favourites, you'll see that I was into, well, I still am, into Southern Gospel. Mainly Gaither group. Simply because the Gaither group were quite instrumental many years ago. Can you just hold on a moment? I just want to look at something. Is that better or is that too dark? Well, we'll see, won't we? Mainly because the Gaither group were quite instrumental in my spiritual growth, if you will. And I remember they sung a song once about children and whether you told your children that you loved them and that you did all of this fetching and carrying for them. You know, I can't cope with this. I'm going to have to turn it down. I can't do two things at once. You know, my friend, she's really good because she can do 4 or 5 things at once. I can't. I can only do one thing at once. So I once made the kids listen to this song which said, I've fetched and I've carried and I've took, I can't remember the names, but I took Jamie to his swimming class, and I took, you know, little boy to his violin practice, and I did this and I did that and I did the other. In other words, you worked like I don't know what to look after these children. But did you ever tell them you loved them? And it really hit me, did that? Because my kiddies were, well, as you know, there were 6 years between them all, but the Tina then would be about 13, 14. I didn't have Kerry, I don't think. And then I had John. But Tina was in this stage of wanting to have boyfriends. And she had this special boy at the time. And I made them sit and listen to this song. I don't know if she ever got over that, really. But it was important to me for them to know that they were loved. And this other kid, I mean, I know his mum right well, and he was loved. But they also worked very hard to provide an upcoming, I can't think of my words this morning, but you know what I mean. To provide care for him. But did they ever tell him that they loved him? So that's why Gaither were important to me. And then over the years you sort of forget because you're too busy listening to every other thing that comes up. And then about 5, 6 years ago, they popped up again. Well, in my life. You see, you've had the privilege of having them, you know, all these years. Over in England, we don't hear of such people as the Gaithers, unless you move in certain circles. I think it was a Women's Aglow conference I went to, and they had a video, a VHS, you know, and oh, it was lovely. And they were sort of these old singers singing around a piano. I mean, he's got much more professional now, hasn't he? You know, all these fancy DVDs, and still wonderful. But I wonder if that quality of sitting around a piano and singing, and sometimes having a weep or two, you know, I like to have a weep every now and again. As long as it's for a good reason. Not for the reasons which we've had recently, but if it was for a healthy reason. And I wonder if that quality has gone since they've got so professional. It's nice sometimes when folk aren't professional, isn't it? You know, when we're just ordinary and down to earth. Anyway, this morning, guess what? You can hear the dog snoring. But I am free. Just had to go out as our Kez. And it's like I've said on the other videos, I feel really strange when I'm free. The sad thing is, I can't run around the house like I used to. I used to put on my music, full blast. I didn't care who heard it. Kerry used to be embarrassed. Oh, mother, you know. Oh, mother be foot, you know. No, if I wanted it on, I'd have it on. And I could clean up the house. I wasn't a wonderful housekeeper. I used to have my corner. Now I have my bed, my corner, the whole room. My corner now develops all the way around my bed. So I did used to have my corner, which used to be a mess and no one was allowed to touch it. Have you got a corner? You know, one of those places where no one else is allowed to go in. And the thing is, you've probably got nothing, have you? Nothing that is really private. It's just... Are you one of these that keeps things that the kiddies have done for you? You know, the kiddies might be 27 or 29 and 35. But you still got some little drawing that they did all them many, many years ago. And it means nothing to anybody else, does it? And even to them, it probably, they think, oh mother, what have you kept this for? But you see, to us, when we look at our kids, it's like someone said one time, when you look at your kiddies, you don't just see a 26 or a 27, whatever, year-old person. You see a child when it was born. A child when it took its first steps. When it first left you to go to school. Its first bloody nose. I'm allowed to say it in that context. First boyfriend, girlfriend. First broken heart. And finally when they get married. And they really do leave you. And then when they come back and, you know, you don't see that adult woman or adult man. You see all of those other things. Because you see, that is who you are as well. Sometimes along the way we lose ourselves, don't we? And we don't quite know who we are. And we look at our kiddies and we remember who we were then. But are we afraid to take the step of finding out who we are now? Such as me now on my own. Yes, it feels funny. Because I can't now do what I wanted to do. So whereas normally I'd love to jump up and do something really, really naughty, or else leave her little I love you hidden on her side, so that when she went back to her corner, she has one too, but it's in another room, she'd find it. And I can't do that now, so everything's done by email. Send one another emails. But even so, it's nice to be on my own, to be able to natter away to you, my friends, and just be me. And I'm not bad. Oh, I know some of you think that I'm this and I'm that. Hey, darlings, all you see is 5 to 10 minutes. Alright, nearly 20. That's for a certain somebody who always comments on how long my things are. But I do care for you. And I'm in a right quandary. Because I don't want any of you to be hurt. Especially you ladies. We ladies, we give our hearts so very easily. You know, I'll just tell you something quickly. I'm not sure if I told it in one of my others. I'm involved with Rest Ministries, as I keep telling you. Well, there was a young lad, or so we thought, and he was a young lad of 16, a Muslim lad. And me and another friend, we spent hours and hours and hours ministering to this young lad, being a friend, being a parent in a way, and just being someone who'd be there for him no matter what. Well, one or two people got a bit suspicious about him, and me being me, I thought, well, no, he's alright, I know he's alright. Anyway, they supposedly rang up. The police went round. Somebody rang up the police in his town, and it was supposedly ringing up his girlfriend, and suddenly this lad left the chat room. And for the first time I got suspicious, and I thought, oh no, he hasn't been, you know. Anyway, big do's and little do's, this young lad turned out to be a 41-year-old woman. Well, it gobsmacked me. Absolutely gobsmacked me. I mean, the time and the effort that this, see, I still call him a lad, has put into it. And I kept talking to her for a bit afterwards, but she would never own up to the fact that she was this person. She kept saying that she was this young man, even though we had proof of who she was. You know, the police had identified her, and we really knew who she was. And because she believed it, because she got poorly and had got this persona, and she believed it, I kept believing it again. you see the difference is here. When I came to YouTube, and YouTube took over my life, you know, I thought, well, you couldn't be conned on YouTube, could you? Because you can see our faces, and you know if I'm telling you a fib, because I'm not a con. I never have been a con. I'm too thick. But be careful, loves. You know, don't take everything as truth, as what people say. Even me, if you want to test me, you know. I think the scriptures say, you know, to test things. I'm not right good on my scriptures. I've read my Bible all my life, but I know what it says. I don't know where it says it. I can say, well, roughly. I had a Bible once, you know, one of these that you learn with. And I knew everything. I wrote on it. It was fantastic. And then a certain dog. Yes, she did. On the side of it. So all the pages got stuck together. And I tried my best to salvage it. And I won't throw it away. But it's unusable. So I just bought another one. I mean, I've had lots of them in between, but I just bought this other one. And then I must stop talking. I've been talking too long, haven't I? But I've now got a new one. And it's right. Where is it? One of these right and good that you can bend and throw it across the room if you wanted. But it's the message, and it's really good because all the scriptures that you know off pat, you know them right well, and you've said them all your life. This says it differently. Now I don't always agree with what it says, but saying that, it makes me think. And we need to think, don't we? So instead of nattering to you, I'm going to start thinking. If I've got it in my hand, I'm going to put some nice Southern gospel music on and just enjoy this quiet time I have on my own. I can always upload this later. Alright, you take care of yourselves, love. Real care. Really, take care, darlings. I love you ever so much. Oh, and the scrumptious. It was wonderful to have a natter with you last night, you and your wife. And you get yourself round to Rest Ministries. There's one place which understands about aches and pains, and you and I have got much more than aches and pains, haven't we? But you know, love, and it's because we suffer that we love everybody else. And I'll tell you what, there's one or two other people, you know, in the circle of friends which we have, and I could name them, who haven't told me they've got any illness, and I haven't gone back over their videos to see, but I know which ones they are, because them which love, you know, are them which have suffered, because it's them that know what love is. I'm not putting anyone else down. No one else down. I know you all love to the best of your capacity, and you probably have really, really loving relationships with people. But all I'm saying, in my experience, and it is only a humble experience. But them which suffer have the capacity to love more. And I know there's a few of us. You know, in my head I'm saying, and so and so, and so and so. And I'm hearing you going back saying, yeah, yeah. Anyway, you have a good days, my love. Days? Yeah, have a good few days. But have a good day today. Okay. Bye bye, God bless. With all my love. Bye bye, God bless.